Hey everyone, my name is Sean Stessel from the Oculus Institute, and today I want to give you guys a warning about get-rich-easy schemes. Okay, so we've all heard of get-rich-quick schemes, right? Somebody comes to you and they say, hey, listen, if you give me $10,000, we're gonna have 100 by the end of the year. It's foolproof, it's definitely gonna work, and it never works, right? We've learned over time that get-rich-quick schemes are gonna be nonsense, they're gonna be BS 99% of the time, right? It's either some kind of pyramid scheme or it's something, where it doesn't pay out, where it doesn't come through, and most people who've ever been in that situation end up bitter and resentful and they're pissed off because they basically got taken advantage of. But today I wanted to give you guys a warning because there's something that I've seen out on the market now that's kind of like a get-rich-quick scheme, but a lot more people are falling for it because everybody's kind of learned that get-rich-quick schemes don't work. But this new kind, which I'm calling a get-rich-easy scheme, is really taking a lot of people, and instead of losing their money, they're losing their time, which is arguably more valuable. And so I wanna give you guys a warning. I wanna let you guys know what this looks like so that you don't fall into it. So basically the way that a get-rich-easy scheme works is somebody comes and they say, hey, listen, if you put in, 5 or 10 or 15 hours a week, for the next couple years, then you'll be able to retire in 3 to 5 years. And they want to get you involved in, putting in your time doing something ostensibly on the ground that you're going to be able to retire really early. And the problem with this, if you think about it rationally, right, is that putting in 10 hours a week is, for 4 years is the equivalent of 1 year of work. Right? And you're not going to put in 1 year of work and then get 30 years of benefit. Like that's just, the only way that happens is if you're doing something really clever, adding a lot of value to a lot of people. Like if you happen to start a company, and even then that's the kind of thing that takes more than 1 year. That takes at least 3 to 5 years of hard work normally. And that's not part-time work, that's full-time work, right? So anytime you're looking at these get-rich-easy schemes where they're promising, oh, listen, you're gonna cut 5 years off your retirement, you wanna kind of add up the numbers and say, hey, does that really make sense? And look at it from that time perspective, because normally it doesn't. And then what happens is, now you're going in, you'll find yourself that you're actually working for way less than you're worth, right? You may be earning $50 an hour in your job, when you convert your salary, and then you're earning the equivalent of, $10 or $15 an hour on this get-rich-easy scheme that's soaking up your energy. And then furthermore is, the deeper you get into it, they'll often come and say, oh, well, you're just not doing it right. Come to these trainings. And then you start paying them for these trainings. And, sometimes there's an upfront investment in the beginning. Sometimes you use trainings over time. But either way, they're selling you this dream on the idea that you can get a lot for very little work. And that's just not the way the world works, right? The only way that you get a lot for very little work is if you're adding a tremendous amount of value. And that's not what any of these get-rich-easy schemes are focused on. It's just not. And the people who are looking to add the value aren't the ones who are looking to do as little work as possible. So if you're out there and you're trying to say, hey, listen, how can I make the most money in the least amount of time possible? Then you're setting yourself up to get caught by these get-rich-easy schemes. And then they're never what they say they are, because logically it just doesn't make sense. The other thing that they prey on is they prey on the idea of people who are so, obsessed with the idea of security that they're not willing to take a risk to do something else. And they're saying, hey, listen, this is a way that you can, you just do this for 5 years and eventually you're gonna build up enough money to replace your full-time income, and then you can go do whatever you want, right? And they're selling this idea that you can have the full-time income without ever having to take the risk of going and actually building that full-time income, because you can just do it on the side. But again, it never works out that way, because if you add up the numbers and the amount of the time, 10 hours a week, which is a quarter of your normal working time over 5 years, comes up to 1 year of work. You can't build a full-time income for life with 1 year of effective work. It just doesn't work out. So guys, if you're caught in that idea of that obsession with security and being unwilling to, take a risk for 2 or 3 weeks to try to do something else full time, if you're caught up in that idea of trying to make as much money as you can in the smallest amount of time, you're gonna get caught by these get-rich-easy schemes. So not only do you want to be aware of the schemes themselves, but you also want to be aware of the root causes in your own psychology that make you vulnerable to getting caught by them. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to learn more about career planning, getting out of a burnout job, or creating a career that truly fulfills you, then I've got a free comprehensive video laying out the process. All you need to do is go to the link below, www.oculusinstitute.com/workshop and sign up to get access to the free presentation. See you on the other side.